In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you more on what is called the vibrational purge. I'm going to show you how to deal with it moving forward so that you raise your vibration to totally new heights. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you more on what is called the vibrational purge. This is a name for something that is happening on the planet right now. And I'm going to share with you how you can move through this so that ultimately you let go of the things that no longer serve and then you raise your vibration. So this is something that I just kind of coined. It's not necessarily like the purge, like the movie The Purge, where there's going to be people that come find you, or I don't even know what that movie's about, to be honest with you, but it's not like that. Basically, what the vibrational purge is it's a collective shift in consciousness that has been happening and will continue to happen as time goes on. And you may felt it. You may have felt it, you may be feeling it right now. That there is things that are no longer resonating with you. That as time goes on, there's some people that resonate less with you, there's some activities that resonate less with you, and there's new opportunities, new things being brought into your life. Well, one of the main reasons that's happening right now is because on the planet, there is a shift in consciousness that is happening. Now, some people call this ascension. There's different names for this, but in essence, what is happening is people are waking up to more of who they are. Many people are going through what is called a spiritual awakening. And what is happening is as people become more aware of who they are, as each individual person changes and starts to shed the old part of them, it increases their frequency. As they increase their frequency, it adds to the collective frequency of many people experiencing this. Back in 2012, when I went through my spiritual awakening, there was a lot less people going through it. It was more of a taboo thing. And even before that, there are people that have been around since since the 80s. I mean, also a lot before that. But just people that I've spoken to, like, yeah, they've been going through this for 15, 20, 30, 40 years. And it's this level of the purge that's happening. Now, what's happening right now is we're at a pinnacle right now where the vibrations continue to speed up. And as the vibrations continue to speed up, the more and more people are becoming aware, and things that used to serve just aren't serving any longer. I know for me, there's activities I used to do, and I can't even do them if I wanted to now because the vibration has sped up to a point to where if I did, it would just like throw a wrench in everything. For example, last night, I went and took my family out for food because it was Thanksgiving and I didn't feel like cooking. So I brought them out to a restaurant and ate some food, and the food was much heavier. And I haven't eaten like that in a very long time, and I could definitely feel the pull on my body from that. And it's because there is this higher frequency that we start to exist in, and we all have the potential to do it. I'm not special because I have a YouTube channel or anything. I'm just saying that when you start to do this, you'll see that your body almost starts to operate at a higher level. And in the same way that your body will operate at a higher level, your emotions will operate at a higher level, your awareness will operate at a higher level, and old things will really throw a wrench in it. So that's what happened last night. As I ate some food, it wasn't the best food, and now I'm kind of like, today I'm kind of like, I'm starting to get back there. But yeah, that is something that we must become more aware of. Now, what is this collective shift in consciousness that I'm talking about? Well, if you want more information on this, there is a source. Her name is Dolores Cannon. She actually passed away within the last 5 years. And she has 17 books out. These 17 books will show you transcripts from thousands of people that have been under what is called QHHT, Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. Now, this technique puts them in the deepest levels of brainwave activity. And when they're in that activity, Dolores would ask them, or a practitioner would ask them questions, and answers would come out, and the answers would come from the person's subconscious mind or from their higher self. So some of those questions might be, why did I incarnate at this time? What is the relationship with my father, and what was the purpose of this? Why did this happen? What are the soul contracts that I had? What am I doing when I'm asleep at night? Who am I in a higher dimensional point of view, and what do I do? These are all questions that people may ask a QHHT practitioner. And in these books, there is transcript after transcript of people saying that one of the reasons, the main reason they're on earth right now, is to go through this collective shift in consciousness that is happening right now. And it wasn't just one person that said this, it was many, 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 many people, and all these different transcripts that said that. And what that points to, and people from all over the world that didn't talk to themselves, like didn't talk to each other, like, hey, let's get this QHHT thing and let's kind of say this cool story thing. It was many different people. Some people had no idea. It's not like they were even aware of the collective shift in consciousness, but it came through them. And that is something that happened over and over and over again. And in general, the reason there's so many people here on the planet right now is because there is this shift in consciousness happening, and everyone wants to be here. Because never before has this happened where a whole entire collective, the size that we have, has shifted into a totally new realm of consciousness, which is going from the 3D duality sense, 3D, good, bad, light, dark, up, down, where we're in a way feeling this game of separation, to going into a more of a unified state to where we see the connection between all people. This is something that we're bringing our physical body with. You know, some people assume, oh, ascension means we're going to like ascend into some higher form where we no longer use our body. Our body's coming with us. It's something that's happening. It's not something that will happen. It is something that is happening. And we are going through this shift in consciousness right now. If you were to take how you feel right now, even how you look right now, and you would have like teleported yourself back to like 2005, you would be glowing. Because the vibrational frequency of your body has risen. Even if you're still like, oh, I still feel like I'm feeling not much positive emotion. In general, we have been shifting up into these higher states of vibration. Now, if you were to go back in time, you would be glowing because of the amount of light that we've been bringing into our bodies. And it is something that will continue to happen. So, knowing this, it's about really seeing what can you do to facilitate this shift in consciousness, because it's happening regardless. There's some people that will, kind of like popcorn, some people will pop sooner than others. But it's not a game, it's not a race necessarily, but it's about being aware that everyone's going through it in an individual way, but also a collective way, because we're all connected to this collective consciousness. And as more and more people wake up, it increases the probability and almost the pathways for more and more people to do it. It's like paving the road and making the road more and more of a high stream, desirable road to go down. And more people are looking around and they're like, hey, I want to go through that. And I feel like, thank you. I know some of you said they bless you, so appreciate you. And when it comes to this, let's see it more in the form of vibration and efficiency. So instead of asking things like, is this good for me or is this bad for me, ask, is this sufficient for me? Because when you ask that question, you can see, is this serving me or is this not serving me? And then what you can begin to do is you can begin to take what I call vibrational inventory. Take inventory of the things in your life that make you feel a certain way. Take inventory of the kind of people you're around. If they're bringing you down, if they're all constantly negative, be aware of that. If there are different activities you're doing that are draining your energy, let go of those activities. Find new things that you could be doing. Be honest with what you're doing for a living. Are you passionate about the job that you have? By paying attention to all these things, you take inventory of your vibration, and then if there's things that no longer serve you, you can start to let them go. And just trust that by letting them go, you're going to allow new things to come into place. And I will say that right now on the planet, it is a time of going after your passion. Now, the reason I say this is because your passion, your feeling of passion inside of your body is your connection to your higher self that is telling you go in this direction. Your passion feeling is a guiding mechanism through life that is showing you where you can go and how you can go and navigate. And when you follow that passion, it gets you to where you need to be. And the key is to follow that. And right now, you'll notice that if your intention, sometimes I see people, they're like, well, I'm going to go do this because it's going to make money. But many times they doing that thing because they're not even passionate about it at all. There's like no level of passion in it. They'll go do it, but they won't get great results. Well, why is that? Well, right now on the planet, it is about doing what you're passionate about. Yes, you could still be aware that there's certain things that maybe resonate with other people. You might be, well, I'm really passionate about basket weaving, but there's not a lot of people that want that. But it's also a limiting belief because there's the internet, and there's ways you can make that entertaining, fun, and informative for people that are into basket weaving or underwater basket weaving, which maybe is a thing. But you see what I mean? When you start to go for your passion, you're then connected to your heart. This time on the planet right now of this vibrational purge is about us moving from a 3D level of consciousness, which is separation, which is duality, into more of love consciousness, which is connected to our heart. When we're connected to our heart, that's when magical things begin to happen. And that's when our reality begins to change. So the vibrational purge that is happening right now is going to be a letting go of the old. And it's happening right now. If you look around and you look into society, you'll see that certain government structures are falling apart. You're able to see the game of all these different political structures, and it just kind of looks ridiculous. You're able to see that things in life just aren't working the way that they used to work 10, 15 years ago. And part of the vibrational purge is us letting go of the old systems. And it will continue to happen. And as it happens, the key is remaining in your power. Now, you cannot perceive that which you are not the vibration of. Meaning, if you are watching this video, then it means that it's something that you are ready to hear. Part of your purpose in life may be at some level to help people go through this vibrational purge, which is also an increase of vibration. Vibrational purge has kind of like a negative connotation, but think about an increase in vibration. Now, part of the purging is going to be the letting go. The letting go of things that don't serve, the letting go of old patterns, ways of doing things. And as you do that, you will start to feel in a higher state, in a higher emotion. And other people will, and this will happen at the collective level, just like at the individual level. Individually, that might look like you letting go of things that don't serve you as far as activities you're doing, maybe old habits you have, maybe old TV shows that you used to watch, maybe old people that you're around that bring you down. Maybe that's it at an individual level. At a collective level, because remember, we're all connected, just like we have an electromagnetic energy around our body, that our thoughts, feelings, and emotions and our actions have patterns within this energy field. We go out into the world and perceive reality, and the reality will reflect back to us whatever is in our energy field and our beliefs. The same way, there's an energy field around the planet. And within the planet, there is the collective thought stream of every individual that is combined into this momentum of this energy field. And as more and more people wake up, we are letting go of the negative, it is being transmuted, and we are raising our vibration. And what that will manifest like in life with the collective consciousness is the government structures falling apart. The old ways of doing things just no longer serve it anymore. And because of that, we can then observe it and let it go. And when you're grounded, because you kind of understand what's happening, you're like, oh, there's this vibrational purge that's happening. There is this vibrational raise and shift in consciousness happening. I'm going to choose to be grounded and trust the process, that this is about letting go of the old to build the new. If you had a sandcastle that wasn't sufficient, you don't try to build on top of that sandcastle. You clear the grounds and then start to build the foundation. Right now on the planet, we are clearing the ground of the old, outdated ways of doing things. And what we're then beginning to do is we are moving into a state of how do we prefer to be. And collectively we will do this. We will decide, not necessarily the old political way of doing things where we elect someone and do all this stuff. It will be more of a level as time goes on of us unifying what we want instead of the lobbyists and all that other stuff. But I'm not really going to get into that. I'm just kind of sharing with you that the old is going to fall away, the new will come into place, and this is the vibrational purge that is happening right now on the planet. And it is also happening individually for people. So the way you navigate through a vibrational purge is awareness. Simple as that. Awareness. Once you become aware of something, you cannot keep doing that thing the same way. For example, this is just an analogy. I used to not count my macros. You may even hear me say, one of those calorie counter dick guys, you know, it's like, seems so ridiculous. However, the thing I liked about learning my macros, which if you don't know, macro stands for macronutrients. It's like counting your calories so that you know how many calories you eat. I wanted to become aware of that because I wanted to lean out. I wanted to lose weight. Maybe you notice that I look now is much different than I looked at my videos like 6 to 8 months ago. What I did is my buddy Victor taught me how to count my macros. It's pretty simple actually. Go online, there's this website and stuff, and I put in my food and I track all my food. And I had to start tracking my portions and stuff, which wasn't the funnest. But I became very aware of how much I was eating every day in correlation with how many calories I was burning. Now, once I became aware that there is 200 calories in 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and that I'm only going to be eating like 2,200, 2,400 calories a day for me to lean out, I then was relating to peanut butter in a new way. I used to eat like so much peanut butter. I could eat like scoops and scoops, probably like 1,000 calories in peanut butter over the course in a day. But once I was aware of it, I could not keep doing it because that awareness was there. You see, so it's kind of the same thing. It doesn't mean I'm labeling it as good and bad. It just means I'm aware of what is efficient and not efficient. If you become aware that someone is trying to bring you down and you keep hanging out with them, then you keep choosing to do so. But the key is in the awareness, you could say, you know what, do I feel like I want to be brought down today? Maybe I will either have a talk with this person and try to get into equal ground so that we don't have to go through this, or what I'll do is I'll just go somewhere else and do something else. You see, awareness is where the power is. The other thing I ask you to become aware of is, what are you consuming as far as television? Are you watching that of reality TV, news, things that spikes lower vibrational energy? Because if you are, then that is causing more and more resonance of those kind of states of emotion. You may find that things just kind of fall apart and it keeps triggering this fear emotion inside of you. Well, the more you watch the news, the more you are resonating with those kind of activities, resonating with the belief system that this is the way the reality works, and you will keep experiencing that in your life. So it's about being aware of that. The other thing, I'll make a separate video on this one. Belief inventory. What do you believe to be true? If you'd like me to make that video, comment below. I'll make one called Belief Inventory, or the Belief Inventory process. How to take inventory of all your beliefs, to let go of the ones that don't serve, to then be how you prefer to be. Because the truth is our beliefs create our reality. So let me know if you want me to make that video. For now though, the vibrational purge. It's happening right now. Be aware of it. This isn't a negative thing. Purging is a good thing. You're letting go of what doesn't serve. Allow yourself to shift. Allow yourself to embrace this shift in consciousness, which is happening right now on the planet and will continue to happen for our lifetime. This is the best time to be alive on the planet ever, because of this collective shift that is happening on the planet. You chose to be here, whether you remember it or not, and just ask yourself, does this resonate with you at a deep level? Because it's something that you can feel. The ego might not understand it right now, but understand that you are an immortal spiritual being living a temporary human experience, that in higher states of consciousness you exist. And part of life is this dream of remembering who we are. One of the purposes of life is for us to remember who we really are. And knowing that we are not just this physical structure of the sense perception, the five senses that we interpret our reality through, understanding we are more than the ego. We go beyond that. And when we understand that, we start to wake up from the dream of this illusion of separation. We wake up from the dream of things are happening to me. And then we wake up into a level of awareness to where we can direct things in the direction that we want because of our vibration. And remember, our vibration is a combination of what we think, how we feel, and what we do. If there are actions that don't serve you, purge them out. If there are feelings that don't serve you, complete them and purge them out. If there are thoughts that you have, observe them and don't let them have power over you. Also, if you want a way to use and completely transcend the emotions of the past, the most powerful meditation I've ever created is one on feeling worthy and the completion of the old emotions. It's in the top of the description box below. Listen to it for 21 days and it will change your life. Read the comments on that YouTube video just to see what I'm talking about. But 21 days, listen to that meditation. You will complete the past. You will process it and let it go so that you don't have to keep repeating it. And then you will be watched over with unconditional love and worthiness, and it will help you to be in the high vibe state that you want and to purge out everything that doesn't serve you anymore. So, another thing I'll be doing is more live Q&As on Instagram. So if you'd like to interact with me there, I do have that of the twice a day videos that I post. Plus I do Q&As. I did a Q&A last night. I did a Q&A the night before. So if you want to ask me questions, boom, Instagram, right there. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you can see the daily vids that I do. The way YouTube does it now is you have to hit that button to see the daily vids. I got a lot more stuff coming. So make sure you hit that, you see the daily vids. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste. All right.